Talk Sport. Busy this morning, super busy, but that's how we like it. And with Bob Mills and Perry Groves, and remember the draw, the EFL Trophy Round 1 group stage draw is coming your way in about an hour from now. Before that, in studio, I'm going to welcome Carl Robinson, the Oxford United manager, and Hugh Jennings, the Fulham Academy director as well. The boys will be with us from about midday onwards. Very interesting, the poll that we're running at the moment on my Twitter feed. Lewis Hamilton not at all happy, apparently, as questioned by Rob Harris, my colleague at AP yesterday. Hamilton has slammed British Grand Prix chiefs for staging Sunday's race at the same time as Wimbledon, the men's singles final, and the Cricket World Cup finals. Well, what else could they really do, it has to be said, Lewis. So what will you watch? That's what I'm asking. And on our poll, which is running at the moment, 55% of you say, I'll be watching the Cricket World Cup final. 27% say it'll be Wimbledon for me, and 18% say they will watch Lewis Hamilton as he attempts to win, and probably will win, the British Grand Prix. And we have had thousands of you voting in that one. Meantime, it's time for this. What we're going to do right now is look at what's going on in the world of transfers. And we're doing that in conjunction with Mercedes-Benz vans. We've been doing it all week, and we have to say we've been enjoying it. Bob and Perry are with me, and not only has he been giving us his usual solid contribution throughout the week, he's actually come in to the studio to give us a solid contribution today, and I'm talking about the one and only Moose, Ian Abrahams. Good morning to you, mate.
Good morning, Jim. Good morning, Perry. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, Moose. He didn't come in to see us.
I did come in to see you.
Didn't. You're trying to make yourself cool by association because the Blossoms are in. That's what.
No. I thought I'd come in and see you.
Hello, Tom. Hello, Joe. You're right. Any chance for a little photo?
Let me bounce this off you. West Ham supporting Ian Abrahams. Were you going to mention this? That it appears Messrs Gold and Sullivan are going to get you Sebastian Haller over the line, because Eintracht Frankfurt are in talks right now with Gold and Sullivan. Haller's representatives ready to fly to London to discuss terms once this deal is agreed. And both sides, which is very encouraging, optimistic a deal will be done.
I got wind of this last night. Around £40 million. Of course, they were going to pay £45 million for Maxi Gomez. So the money is there. I'm surprised that Eintracht Frankfurt want this deal to go ahead, because, of course, they've already sold a striker to Real Madrid this summer. So their need to get cash in and players out is not necessarily the priority. The only thing I would say is West Ham have been linked with everybody and anybody this week. I mean, we've gone through Mario Balotelli, we've gone through Gonzalo Higuain, Haller now is another one. I mean, West Ham needs strikers. There's no doubt about that. And I still don't think there's a guarantee that Javier Hernandez starts the season in a West Ham shirt. He wants to go. And West Ham, if they get strikers in, would, I think, listen to offers for Javier Hernandez still.
I mean, Balotelli would be about as welcome as Bassini at Bolton.
Yeah, but the thing is, that was agents' stuff putting it out in the paper. Because to be fair to West Ham, straight away they went, no, not even been talking to him.
Exactly.
I wouldn't put any credit to that. But the Haller, was he 25?
Yeah.
So it's a decent age. He averages
that's
like
the one thing
West
Ham desperately needs to do is bring down the age of the team. I mean, it was quite top heavy last season, mainly because Mark Noble was in the team, and obviously Yarmolenko started off in the team as well. But they have got, I mean, they've kept what I think is the important core of the team. They kept Issa Diop at the back. They very quickly told Manchester United to go away when seemed interest there. Obviously, Declan Rice wanted by both the Manchester clubs. Again, they've held on to Dec. And obviously, Felipe Anderson, from what I understand, no real offers for Felipe Anderson this year. I expect all three to go this time next year, I think. I think most West Ham fans would. But they've still got some goals in the team. I mean, Mikel Antonio scored yesterday in a pre-season friendly.
Lanzini coming back.
Lanzini is back, yeah. Although he was agitating for a bit of a move at the beginning of the transfer window, whether or not he's happy now to stay as well. But yeah, West Ham do need strikers in. Haller would be a decent one, but I think if I was Eintracht Frankfurt, I'd want more than £40 million. Ivan Caballero's on his way to Fulham for a medical. That's a season-long loan, I understand, with an option to buy. So another Wolves striker or Wolves forward player going. Now, I have made inquiries about Diego Costa, because he'd been linked with Wolves, and I was told that is not necessarily going to happen. Everton also apparently have been linked with Diego Costa. Looks like he really wants to move back to the Premier League. But one Atletico Madrid player who is on the move is Antoine Griezmann. Now, his buyout clause was £180 million, apparently, until last weekend, or the 1st of July, when it dropped to £108 million, just 108 million quid. Now Barcelona apparently have triggered that, although nothing official from Barcelona on that front. Some Barcelona fans won't be happy because apparently last season that deal was going to get done, and he then went and signed a new contract at Atletico Madrid. But it looks like this time round he will go to Barcelona, so that looks like it being done. Arsenal. Laurent Koscielny yesterday morning was talking about Laurent Koscielny deciding, I don't want to go on the tours of America, I want to leave Arsenal Football Club. Arsenal apparently won over £8 million for Koscielny. Didn't they pay £8 million for him?
Just over, I think. I think about 9-10 million quid won it from L'Oreal.
Right, but he's only got a year left on his contract. I'm surprised that Arsenal...
Well, he can buy his contracts up then, can't he, for £6 million and ask one of the three French teams for another £4 million, then there's your 10.
Is that what you think will happen? Do you see him playing? Do you see him playing for Arsenal?
But the thing is, Arsenal aren't in the privileged position I said earlier to Jim, like to say, right, you'll never play for us again, because Arsenal haven't got enough centre halves at the moment. So I would hope that he would never play for Arsenal again because of the way he's conducted himself. But I wouldn't put it past there being a complete step. Why should Arsenal now help Laurent Koscielny? I wouldn't be surprised if he's there next season. And by the way, he ain't going to get a good reception for the Arsenal fans.
No,
your captain should never ever refuse. Nobody should refuse.
Can you imagine Tony Adams?
Some of the boys I was just going to say that, Ian. Some of the lads you played with, Perry, can you ever imagine them? It meant the world to play for you at Arsenal.
To put it into context, no one would do it, but the clubs had all the power then, and the players didn't. So if George Graham dropped you or said something you didn't like, and you went, I want to leave it, and he'd go, right, go and train with all those cows and those sheep over in that field. See in about 3 years' time. No, he wouldn't. But that's changed completely. The way that Laurent Koscielny has conducted himself is outrageous, and I'm glad that Arsenal have been truthful about what's actually happened, because normally there's a smokescreen.
No, absolutely.
So, no one's thrown money by say, right, you deal with it. Now, come on then, Lauren. You tell us why you've withdrawn your labour.
Apparently, Ian, Manchester United put off by the £50 million price tag for Sean Longstaff.
Yes, although I don't think Newcastle wanted to sell him. But, I mean, listen, if Tyrone Mings is going for £26.5 million, Sean Longstaff is, 4 or 5 years younger, just making his way in the game. I mean, and they've just paid £50 million for a similar age and experience player in Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I would have thought £50 million would be what Newcastle would want for Sean Longstaff. But talking of United, they seem to be edging a little bit closer with the Sporting Lisbon player Bruno Fernandes. Both United and City want him, 24-year-old Portuguese midfielder, so that might in the end decide that Longstaff doesn't make the move. And City also being linked with Dani Alves, 36 years old. I mean, I've forgotten how much Dani Alves has won. I mean, he's won everything.
40 plus trophies.
Is really that many? I mean,
he's most ever of top flight football. Most trophies.
What did Ryan Giggs? How many did Ryan Giggs win? 26, 27, something like that. But apparently that would only happen if Danilo leaves. So one Brazilian out, one Brazilian in. There were rumours that Danilo would leave. And I'm still waiting to hear back from my sources surrounding Spurs, because there were reports that Toby Alderweireld has held talks with Roma over that move. Remember, you could trigger his £25 million until the 26th of July. After that, the buyout clause doesn't matter. So, I mean, that's one player I thought Spurs want to hang on to, Toby Alderweireld, certainly. And no news about Christian Eriksen either. So that's two more that look like dragging on, along with the Wilfried Zaha one. I mean, Arsenal are not going to offer the players they were going to offer now. They were going to offer, Mustafi and Callum Chambers, and also El Neni, that's right, in part exchange. Like, Arsenal won't want to lose any central defenders, however good or bad they are.
Well, we'll start generating again about Wilfried Zaha, because they went out. Ivory Coast went out, of course, last night, didn't they? In the Africa Cup of Nations on penalties to Algeria. It was all very unfortunate for the Côte d'Ivoire. So that, Ian, could start accelerating when Zaha sets foot back in London.
I presume we'll be giving him a couple of 2 or 3 weeks off, won't he, now?
Yeah. Do you know what advising Wilfried Zaha? I know I'm a goon, I honestly want him to come to us.
Yes.
Don't try and win your brother. Don't try and engineer a move. Don't try and say, I want to go to Arsenal, then I'm not going to play.
They've already done that.
I know, but he hasn't refused to play. He hasn't refused not to go train. He hasn't. Play properly and play your way away from Chris. If you want to leave, conduct yourself in the right manner. Do you know what I mean? Don't be throwing your toys out the pram and saying, I'm demanding that. Because you signed a big contract with Crystal Palace. So therefore, on your contract until they get the fee that they decide that you're worth, and you can.
Yeah, just quickly regarding Arsenal, because Koscielny wanting to go and looking to engineer this move, with Ozil being linked with a loan move to Turkey,
they ain't got the money.
Right, what about...
Fenerbahce haven't got the
I
money.
haven't got the money, even for Lomi. What about Aubameyang? He's into the last 2 years of his contract. Arsenal stated last season, categorically, that players in the last 2 years of a contract would have to either sign a new one or be sold. So where does that leave Aubameyang?